But of course, let's focus in on a sector, the FMCG basket, which in fact has seen quite a few fears in terms of the volume growth as well as the forex overhang. But a stock, Godrej Consumer, has outperformed over the last 5 years and in fact has given a return of 550% since 2008. We've got the management with us. Adi Godrej, the chairman of the Godrej Group, now joins in on the show. Thanks very much for being with us on the show. And to start off with, congratulations on the kind of performance that we've seen in the stock. Now, given that there have been so many concerns, particularly with respect to the moderation in demand, what is it that we can expect from your company going forward?
Well, I can't talk of the specific results because our board meeting is on Monday, but we have grown very well over the last few quarters and we expect to continue to grow well. Our growth has been much above the general FMCG growth. Our international growth, in fact, has been even faster than our Indian growth, and we expect to continue this performance. Although, because of the negative macroeconomic sentiment, there has been a slight slowdown overall in the FMCG sector. But in all our major categories, we have been growing ahead of category growth.
Mr. Godrej, I appreciate you can't talk on the numbers, and congratulations firstly on the way the stock has performed and the way you've led this company. But just wondering, everybody's talking about concerns over volume growth. I'm not asking for a specific number, but has there been a moderation or has there been a tepid growth in the quarter gone by on the volumes front at least?
No, I can't speak about the quarter for obvious reasons, but I mentioned to you that if you see our last quarter, we grew at I think the previous quarter, the June quarter, we grew at about 23%. We expect to continue to grow strongly.
Yeah. Fair call. As we speak, the last 2 or 3 sessions, the rupees entered into a bit of a downward cycle too. It may not last for long if experts are to be believed, but what is GCPL doing to mitigate the impact of the currency?
See, the rupee effect is only on our soap business where we import raw material. In our other businesses, the raw materials are procured mainly domestically, so the rupee depreciation does not have any effect. Of course, the rupee depreciation in July and August was very considerable, but then it appreciated during the month of September. And I think the rupee will be reasonably stable at somewhere between 57 to 62.
Okay, just in the meantime, some news on Ashok Leyland. They've announced a VRS plan to cut the manpower costs, and that will align the fixed costs to reduce the activity levels. Keep an eye out on the same. But Mr. Godrej, just to get back to our discussion, if you could also talk about the international business. I know you did touch upon the kind of growth that we've seen, but given that it contributes 40% to your total business, do you think that the kind of trajectory that you've seen is likely to be maintained? Are we likely to see any bumps on the way?
First of all, it contributes now much higher than 40% to our overall business, almost 50%. I think in the last quarter it was 48% of our total sales on the June quarter. And we expect that will continue to grow, and we are doing very well in our international business. Our international businesses are mainly in the developing world, so just like India, growth is strong. In the developed world, of course, as you know, most FMCG companies have either negligible growth or even negative growth. So we expect to continue to grow very well, especially in our Indonesia and Africa businesses.
Mr. Godrej, I appreciate your numbers around the corner. Wouldn't want you to put you into any kind of further spot. But you've been candid enough despite your numbers around the corner. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for taking the time out and being with us today. And of course, congratulations on the way the company's performed over the last 5 years. Not many companies have done that. Thanks for being with us today.
Good to talk to you. Thank you.
Thank you. That's Adi Godrej speaking on GCPL and the way the company's moved over the last 5 years. Okay, PNB getting ready to speak to the media. We'll cut across to that company as well. But Prakash Gaba is with us. Prakash, very, very quickly.